Hi there, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I am your host, Lance Brock. I'm a little late, but I am here to recap AEW Full Gear from this past Saturday night. And don't have too much time before Monday Night Raw tonight, so I'm going to just get into it. On 0 Hour, we have The Factory versus Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, Rocky Romero, and that's it for now. And then during the match, Danhausen came out with a little bit of a character change, and he had his jar of teeth with him. So this is more of the very evil side of Danhausen. Absolute Ricky Starks defeated Brian Cage to advance to the Eliminator Finals on Dynamite Wednesday to face All Ego Ethan Page. And just added after the great tag team match we saw on Rampage Friday night, Eddie Kingston defeated Jun Akiyama in a really good match. And then we got a really good promo from Eddie Kingston just before Full Gear started. And then it is time for the main card, Full Gear, live from Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center. The commentators at first are Excalibur, Jim Ross, and Taz. And we start things off, I was kind of surprised to be with the cage match. Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Luchasaurus comes out with Christian Cage. And this is a brutal match. And at one point, Christian Cage steals the key from the outside referee, unlocks the door, but then the referee ejects Christian Cage, but the door's already unlocked, and then they go out and brawl a little bit, and Luchasaurus goes under the ring to bring out some tables, some chairs, and they get back in the cage. And to finish, these Jungle Boy do an elbow drop off the top of the cage on the Luchasaurus through the table, and then locks in the snare trap, and Luchasaurus taps out for Jungle Boy to get the submission win, 18 minutes, 25 seconds. And the Trios championships are on the line now. The Death Triangle, Pac, Penta El Zero Neo, and Rey Fenix taking on the returning Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. This was a fantastic match. Awesome. But it is Fenix finally giving in to Pac. He's been refusing to cheat as of late, but he finally used the ring bell hammer, and he hit Kenny Omega with it to get the win, 19 minutes, 9 seconds. So 2 matches into the show, and 2 great matches. Up next, the AEW TBS Championship is on the line. Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose. Jade is the TBS champion, but has not had possession of the championship after Nyla Rose stole it. Jade gets the win in this one to retain, 8 minutes, 2 seconds. Not a bad match at all. The Ring of Honor World Championship is on the line in a 4-way. Claudio Castagnoli, Bryan Danielson, Sammy Guevara, and the Ring of Honor World Champion, the Ocho, Chris Jericho. Really good match here, I thought. Jericho gets Claudio with the Judas effect right after he did the giant swing. So still Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho. It's interesting to see who Jericho will be defending the title against next at Final Battle, December 10th. Women's action up next. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, taking on Saraya in her first AEW match. And Saraya picks up the win, 13 minutes, 35 seconds. Good match here. She did, Saraya, have a little bit of ring rust, but this was not a bad match at all. And she gets the win, but I'm sure this is not the first time we've seen these two in a one-on-one match. The AEW TNT Championship is now on the line in a three-way. Powerhouse Hobbs, Samoa Joe, and the TNT Champion Wardlow. In this one, Samoa Joe submits Hobbs to get the win, 9 minutes 54 seconds. Really good match. And since Wardlow was not the one who submitted in this one, but lost his title, I'm sure we're going to see a one-on-one match between Samoa Joe and Wardlow sometime down the line. And also that means Samoa Joe is now a double champion, not only the new AEW TNT champion and the Ring of Honor television champion as well. And at this time we see Chris Jericho in the back with Sammy Guevara. And then Orange Cassidy and Danhausen come up, and Orange Cassidy lets Chris Jericho know that he will be facing Tomohiro Ishii for the Ring of Honor World Championship this Wednesday night on Dynamite. And then after Jericho leaves, or not Sammy, he was not with Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, my mistake. And Orange offers Jake Hager a shot at the All-Atlantic Championship for this Wednesday. And tag team action up next. Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett taking on Sting and Darby Allin. This one was a no disqualification match. They brawled all over the arena. Sting did a balcony dive like he usually does at the pay-per-views, and Saddam Singh got involved a lot. At one point, Darby went to do the coffin drop off the stage, but Saddam caught him and then tossed him onto the ramp. Darby and Sting, though, pick up the win, 10 minutes, 20 seconds. The AEW Interim Women's Championship is up next. Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter. These two have a great match. Two talented wrestlers, and it is Jamie Hayter picking up the win with a little bit of help from Britt Baker, who ran out disguised in a hoodie and removed the top turnbuckle pad, allowing Hayter to send Storm into it to get the win at 15 minutes 15 seconds. So new AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter. The World Tag Team Championships are on the line. Swerve and Our Glory taking on the AEW Tag Team Champions, The Acclaimed. Really good match here. Told a good story. And at the end, Swerve, trying to cheat once again, had the pliers or whatever it was he used on Billy Gunn's fingers. Wanted Keith Lee to use them, but Keith Lee didn't want any part of it. So he walked out on Swerve, went to the back, and the Acclaimed pick up the win at 18 minutes, 44 seconds. Sorry about the voice. That's another reason why I'm a little late, why I haven't done it yet. If I don't sound too good, I'm sorry, but I wanted to talk about Full Gear, though, here on the podcast. And the AEW World Championship is now on the line in the main event. MJF versus Jon Moxley. This one was built up very well. and it definitely did not disappoint. These two had a great match. As we see MJF kind of do some babyface stuff, and then he goes to use the Dynamite Diamond Ring, and then William Regal comes out, tries to get him to stop. Moxley locks in and chokes, knocking down the second referee that was in the match. And Regal tells Moxley to go get the referee so he can win the match. And while he's doing that, Regal tosses in a pair of brass knuckles into MJF. And MJF hits Moxley with the nuts, pins him 1, 2, 3 to become the new AEW World Champion at 23 minutes 5 seconds. New AEW World Champion MJF Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And that was AEW Full Gear. Very good show. I thought not a bad match on it. And there are some really good matches here. We started things off. The cage match, very good. The trios match, great. Might be one of the picks for match of the night. The Ring of Honor World Title 4-Way and the Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter, and of course the main event. And I'm gonna quit before my voice gets any worse. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna watch Raw, and hope everyone enjoys Raw tonight. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not gonna do the plugs because I don't know if my voice is gonna last or not. But thank you for tuning in. Until the next episode, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.